Hello and welcome once again to the Night Wolf Temple. This is the Night Wolf speaking, and I will be doing another The Wolf Speaks video today. This video is about the times that we're living in. I have heard many people speaking recently about having a sense of feeling washed out and having a hard time finding joy or finding meaning lately. And one of the things that I think is going on is that we are in a period where the young are being sacrificed on behalf of the old, and the natural order has been inverted. And to some extent, this could be also expressed by Chronos having power currently, Chronos devouring his offspring. And what you've had is a generation, and this is mainly in the US, but I think very applicable to the Western world and even largely beyond that. You've had a generation, the baby boomers, that have had control of society for a very long time. And again, tapping into Chronos, they were able to enjoy a 50-year run of economic prosperity, and every subsequent generation has had to deal with much more difficult financial times, and not just in terms of rising costs, but the relative cost, education, housing. It's all multiple times more expensive than it would have been comparably, even taking into account adjustment for inflation. And when you are sacrificing the health of the youth to prop up a generation that refuses to let go of control, then the natural result of that is generations of disenfranchised people. Marriage rates have plummeted, birth rates are plummeting, the average age of the first-time home buyer is 38. The median age of a home buyer is 56. We're in our government is essentially run by the elderly. We're in a geriatric ran country. And it's unlike anything that I've seen, but in my entire lifetime, the baby boomers have been in control, and they are refusing to give up control and refusing to give up their assets. And what's making it worse is that you're seeing a generation that has been uniquely selfish, not understanding that things are different for Gen Z. Things are different for millennials. It's not the same world that they're moving in, but they expect those generations to bootstrap. Well, when your first house costs $500,000 and you're making $70,000, it is very, very difficult. People are having a very difficult time just surviving. And I'm posting this video to help explain what's going on. I don't think that this is something that will last forever, but I think we are in the worst part of it. And I picked this card, Death, which is associated with Pluto, rather than cards associated with Saturn, because I think ultimately the solution is that generation will eventually die off. They can't live forever. And this is not to knock people that are in the baby boomer generation, because they're not all bad, but there is a large swath of that generation that will not give up control and let the next generations lead. And so what it is a cultural sacrifice of the youth to prop up the old. And that's what you're going through if you experience that feeling right now. And I'm trying to think. I could probably think of different historical times where this has happened, but it is an unusual time. And the best thing that we can do is try to create community, try to survive. It will change. I think there's already signs that things are changing. You're starting to see housing prices come down. You're starting to see there's a big belief that that there is an asset bubble and it will pop. But at the same time, people's wages haven't kept up with rising costs for the past 40 years. And just because you bought a house 30 years ago, it doesn't make you a genius. You just benefited from a long run of economic policy that benefited you. And I'm kind of interested in applying tarot and astrological concepts to larger social and economic and cultural issues. So this may be a little bit of a change for the channel, but I might dive into this a little bit further. But I just wanted to explain to everyone what's going on and what you're feeling when you feel that. It's not just you, it's everyone feeling this. And the best thing that you can do is hold on, weather the storm. Things will change, but we're not quite out of it yet. This has been the Night Wolf Temple. This has been the Night Wolf. Thank you for listening, and have a blessed day.